going. Alright. Okay, we got a ways through last time. I don't know exactly how ways through, but previously
Well,
we
I mean, we have all that.
yeah, look, that's a lot that's a lot of E-tanks, not gonna lie. Goodness.
I think that's actually more than I ended the game with. I went back and um, and played through this just to refamiliarize myself with like what's going on and be able to give better advice.
Sure. Alright, well let's get a little bit of a refresh. So this is a Super Metroid ROM hack that started playing through last week. Oh, right, the maps are going to be...
Yeah, the map's gonna be hecked. So unless you made a save state, then
Oh, I don't think I did.
very sorry about that. Yeah, so this is a ROM hack of Super Metroid called Airy. This particular ROM hacker has made one other notable hack that we liked a lot. The big changes, I mean, apart from the map being completely different and all over the place, are the just gigantic jump height and floatiness that you have.
Yeah.
And also the rapid fire on the gun. So I think the last thing that we got was the speed booster.
Yes.
And now we kind of have this playground to use it in.
I think we also, like, just got here to Bubble.
Okay, that's good. That's good. There are a couple of notable upgrades available in the Bubble area. And it's kind of a big loop, and then a straight shot, and then another big loop.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's...
Sadly, losing the map is actually a pretty hefty loss in my mind.
Yeah. You know, that kind of sucks. And it is, like, a thing that happens in these ROM hacks, you know? Like, the map was originally supposed to be a certain size and work a certain way, and hacks tend to make much larger maps than original Super Metroid.
Yeah.
Like if you go back and look at it, it's pretty dang dense.
Yeah. No, not really, Mastaza. As far as like the main differences are this and this, and also this ROM hack has a I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. This ROM hack is like the Joker's trick.
Yeah, it actively torments the player with like the location of items. Wherever you think the item actually should be, it's like a knight's move away, was the way that I put it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So I'm confident that this is back where we came from.
Yeah. This is this is probably helpful to even go this way as a
It should have spring ball as well, I think. So that'll make that easier. Yeah, and the middle should be like either bombable or power bombs or something.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
And of course they put a crab.
The wall crab.
That's another thing that kind of happens all over this hack. Like this area that we're in right now has a lot of these straight shots.
Ooh, that red.
And yeah, the blood of Dragon.
Yeah.
The area that we're in now has a lot of ramps and straight shots, and it looks like the kind of place that you could have a lot of fun with your speed booster, but it's actually designed where as you're running, you will bump into a crab or like get shot in the face just as you're getting to speed. And it becomes very obnoxious for that reason.
So yeah, this is where we came from last time. I can also do this with bombs, by the way. I guess that's...
Yeah, we got some rapid bombs going on.
But yeah, last time we basically finished off with Dragon. And got to that save point we were at. So, I kind of wanted to go back that way as a memory for me, and I kind of wanted that map filled in just for a visual, because, like, 30 minutes from now, I'll be like, wait, why didn't I go back this way from the start?
Right, yeah.
And then,
Oh, that's gonna be a mess.
yeah, some of the other areas hopefully won't be.
Couldn't we just have the damn map?
I do not begrudge any ROM hacker for it, because, as you said, they're working in,
Right.
okay, yeah, see there's
Yeah, that had an E-tank, I'm pretty sure.
yeah. Alright, so, let's head on up. See what else we can find in Bubbles.
It is kind of a reward for learning a short charge,
So,
but it's that second thing that
Ooh.
is the part that I object to. Indeed,
alright,
you
this
found a special speed hole.
brings me into a crab house.
Oh no, speed crab.
Speed crab house. Combat hut. That floor scares me.
Yeah, that happens in a couple places too, where like the ceiling or floor just isn't there. They don't put in
I'm
tiles
sorry.
for it.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's the first time in the whole hack that the thing has actually been in place.
What in the hell?
Drop a power bomb here.
Yeah.
I think that the story is not finished. There we go.
Aha!
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good, good. That was the same instinct I had there too, because it's like, wait a goddamn minute. So like I said, this entire hack has been like the Riddler trying to trick Batman. Like
Right.
you get in a room, you see one of these statues, and the power up will be over here. There was one where the power up was like
nastiest
here.
one. Yeah, the nastiest one was where like the power up was next to the door, where like it's even in a place where you think if you go there it will do a room transition, so you don't even check.
Yeah,
And
but
I remain irritated at that particular decision. Yeah, and that one's not a speed block. Otherwise, hey,
yeah, you wouldn't be able to
we would
leave.
be
I see
we
this.
would be in the soup. Yeah, the other thing that kind of surprises me about this whole scenario is that we don't have the blue map, like the map download for this area. I thought we did get it.
I think we did, but again, like casualty of
Yeah. Casualty of the hack.
yeah, it's
fine.
yeah, it sucks, but like we've just seen that consistently in every architecture of the game. So but yeah, I think we did have the blue downloaded here. Also, we're gonna quickly check over here. By that I mean we can just, I don't know, I can fly.
Yeah. Getting it to happen on command is perhaps another matter. But
It is pretty funny to just be able to fly. Alright.
yeah,
No,
there
no.
are a lot of like little gaps
Crap,
in the wall
crap,
and so on,
crap.
but in most cases there's nothing there.
Okay. The dots on the minimap have been the most consistent way to find. Shrug? I don't know.
Oh, another change from this hack.
Damage.
In this hack from the base game, yeah, you don't take damage for doing a Shine Spark.
Alright, you want some... Okay. Okay, you don't want any of this. You want Charge Shot?
Yeah, we want to ignore them.
Okay, they cannot be damaged. Interesting.
Speed booster should work, but it can be awkward to get that up to snuff.
Alright, looks like we got one of these cross
Yeah,
rooms.
We've got an up and a down, so we definitely want to check those out.
Oh. We've got all directions, huh? Okay, well... Let us rotate. Rotate the board. So
Why,
it's
what is this?
Alright, so it's here. Right? That's this
Yeah.
game. Okay, that is a true... I'll take another power bomb. That's just enough.
We have plasma.
That starts with the C, yeah, P for power beam.
E for power, yeah.
Power
beam.
Power beam. Anything else for me down here? A power bomb, so no.
Yeah, it's
Right.
probably
I'm
not
leaving.
anything else. But yeah, let's go up next.
Power beam. Well, first I'm gonna take some revenge on enemies that hit me 1 minute ago. Oh my goodness. Yeah, alright, what about plasma firing on all cylinders? Okay, we'll have to find other beams somewhere. Okay. Oop. Can this be? Ah, thank goodness.
Attack deal with plasma and spazer. I did not test that, so you might be able to like BYO space-time beam. What have we here?
My face.
Yeah, we'll have to find another beam.
Alright, well... Alright, good plan, good plan.
Good, yeah.
We are now, it's one shot. Anyway, so that's power. I no longer have fear. Alright.
Yeah. And the reason I'm fine with just telling you to go up and down first is that the map would have told you that. Like, you would have seen it.
Oh, like... Right, the things were missing because the... Makes sense. The armory. Oh, good God. Alright.
Oh, man.
Alright.
We are gonna have to find some hamburgers at some point.
We have one set.
Warning!
Okay, bugger the hell off. Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
We're just gonna keep in mind that there was like a single grapple block there.
Yeah, that was there was a metro like that is like I'm actually gonna call that double locked in the sense of like even if I had grapple right now the Metroid would be a bit too much of an issue because
yeah we don't have ice, so you can power bomb to kill. Could be space jump. You can power bomb to kill Metroids even without ice, but you need 3, and we're kind of ammo limited on that.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny that I said like yes this game and its power ups. I guess to be more specific, all of the missiles and E-tanks are very secretive and hidden. It's actually been fairly, I don't know, like just statues out in the open for, like, we just found Gravity Suit. Like, yep, there's Gravity.
Right. Like our first power bomb was just in a ceiling.
Yeah. Okay, I need a refresher on power bombs.
There are actually some powerful and dangerous encounters that we just sort of left behind back in Lonely.
Yeah, there was one in particular we fought, and I came to the conclusion that my current setup was ill-suited, because it was like Varia 5 E-tanks with no beams.
Yeah,
Like,
that was pretty harsh. Like, with a little more pepper, we could have squeezed it out, or
yeah, even
you know, it was possible to damage the thing, so it was technically possible to win, right? But that was gonna be miserable.
All right.
But now we have a new suit. We're high flying. We have charged spacer plasma, or charged wave plasma.
Oh, I have power bombs again.
Ooh, nice.
One of the other things this hack does is ammo pickups are a lot more, like, worth more.
Yeah, it's like I think I think they're all worth 5.
Yeah,
Like supers and
and then
power bombs. I forget
energy
them.
pickups are weird because they
Yeah, the
dropped big
large
energy.
energy is 15 instead of 20,
I,
which is like
that
that's just
that one just
scratching my back.
baffles me. Like, just in a, but why? Like, you know?
Yeah, I really don't get it. Especially since in later areas there really should be a like 100 energy pickup.
That's something that, yeah, like, that's, there's so
That
many.
used to actually happen. So in Metroid 2, there was a large health pickup that dropped from only specific monsters.
Yeah, there's also just the, like, you know how there's. We kind of talked about categories of ROM hacks a little bit last time.
Right.
Challenge hacks, new experience, changing physics, some small gauntlet. We haven't talked about chasing Metroid Prime.
Hmm. Yep.
And
There's a lot of Super Metroid ROM hacks that take that on.
yeah, and like the big energy. I remember that there's a 100 energy in that as well. There's a biggie.
Yeah.
Well,
It's one of those things that like if you forget to scan it, your scan log is always going to be like missing a piece.
there's that one and missile door. There's like
Oh, hey,
oh
there's a dot.
oh oh. All right, well,
Okay.
yeah, here.
We have like, oh, didn't even need to power bomb. It's just I know where it is.
I think I've gotten on this game's wavelength.
Yeah.
The
That's pretty
read,
good.
you know, like
There's one major obstacle that I foresee could get in the way of us finishing this tonight.
all right.
I'll put it that way. And I I really don't want to get bogged down in it, but we'll see.
Hmm. What a
It's kind of a nothing of a room.
what a bizarre. So why?
I think it might be just so you can have a runway for this room.
Sure.
But yeah, I never figured that one out.
That's a question you should ask yourself if you're, yep. If you're making rooms, by the way, is like, why? What does this one do?
Yeah.
You know.
It's yours, my friend.
Ah! I wasn't fast enough.
Hmm.
That does damage them.
It does, but they're also screw attackable,
And
which is, why they're
plop.
yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of ROM hacks kind of lay waste to their rooms in ways that the original games don't. And it's just, like level design is hard,
Yeah.
and there are people who are experienced and good at it, and they tend to be the ones who like make the real video games instead of the ROM hacks. But
Well, it's something that also you get to
Yeah.
see over time with, like, somebody making multiple of these. You're going to see, like, improvements on.
yeah, and their skills develop and they learn and iterate and so on. Hopefully, getting good feedback from knowledgeable sources.
That ceiling. Oh, huh.
But yeah, so this is kind of the other way to loop.
What the?
Yeah, this was the tube.
Ooh, this would have been on the map.
Yeah. And that puts us here. Back in the water side of
And
the
I
area.
already took the left. Okay, so I could have
Yeah,
gotten a
that would
Dragon.
have the left way would have like linked up with Dragon, and I
Yeah.
don't think you could have approached Dragon from the other direction because there was a shutter door that was locked by him.
Makes sense. You'd get to it, you'd try to clear the room, you wouldn't be able to do it, and then you'd come back on the
Yeah.
side. Okay. Well,
It would be, and that's something I kind of like. That room had tubemen in it, so if that's the case, then you know it can't be. Oh, I can't clear all the monsters in the room; they're respawning. So
yeah, it's infinite. All right, we basically have everything but ice. No, literally everything but ice. Okay.
yeah, and we haven't gotten a reserve tank yet because the reserve tanks you see are reserved for those who can do the best tricks.
You know what? It's a good choice.
I think so too. It's kind of makes each one a badge of honor. Oh, how do we get there?
Okay.
Because we want that. Oh, you just get there.
You just do
it's
it.
fine.
If there were a crab, they would crawl in the hole and tell you that. Or actually, there's the little jumpers around. Maybe they'd do it if I didn't, you know, murder all of them. These things. Alright, what about... I mean, if it is a power bomb door, that implies I haven't gone that way.
Yeah.
So... Alright.
I kind of wish that there were some way to tell, like, what the door was originally.
A faded color,
But
maybe.
also, yeah, but also tell you that you had opened it.
Okay. I found crab.
Yeah.
I found crab room.
I do think there's like a tunnel in that somewhere.
Like to keep going.
Like a, yeah.
Make
Like it'll be the size of a morph ball, but like this one is not just a dead end. Like we had to unlock it for God's sake.
Well, alright, let's...
Yeah, so also talking about the various flavors of ROM hack. If you go on Metroid Construction, which is where we find like most of the Super Metroid ROM hacks, it's a huge clearinghouse for that stuff.
Okay, that...
Oh, well.
But that explains the purpose of this room. It had one.
Yeah.
Uh,
It still feels kind of like poop.
right, it's down here and to the left. Uh-huh. I'd say that's the second worst thing it could have been. Missile recharge is the, like... is the nothing, right? Like...
And you don't die when you run out of missiles.
Yeah. Well, and also I have 130 of them because I've been given 2,000 missiles. Not in this hack, but...
Yeah. So a lot of the terms that we have for the different flavors of ROM hack come from Metroid Construction itself.
Right.
The particular flavor that interests me the most is what they call total conversion.
Mm-hmm.
Which is where it's just the whole game in some way like reimagined, recreated. Even more missiles.
I will accept them. Okay.
Really? Come on. What a joke.
The highest cost you must pay for normal missile.
Now that I don't understand the point of. I just wanted to use more super missile blocks.
If you have... it's yours, my friend. This one's just there. Alright, well, at least this is a brand new spot. You know, finding, okay. I like that room because it's the dice. Like...
well, yeah, that's the 2 dice.
I rolled
You
the
need
2.
4 dice.
Yeah. You can do Okay, interesting. I'm gonna shoot that out.
Yeah, so I do think that there's a way from this room to go down to kind of where we were before, but it's just a loop, right? So it doesn't really matter at this point.
Yeah. Howdy.
Yeah, it could be that that used to be a super missile itself, because there are a lot of supers locked behind super blocks in this hack.
Okay, you've got a lot of health.
They really do have like boss tier health. It's kind of
Yeah.
absurd.
Sorry, I woke you. Oh, we have some non-tubemen?
Yeah, the little slimes are regenerating. I found it just perfectly obnoxious
Oh.
because they would just
Um,
hop out at. What the hell is that?
this block is fake.
That I'm pretty sure that didn't happen in my file. That's weird.
Again,
Oh well.
shooting that door. Is this like save? Yeah. Speedfish. Alright, and we head on up. Where... I think this is how we came in the first time and then left?
Yeah, we came in the first time and saw water, and we're like, oh,
Yeah, we don't have this.
maybe don't. And I do think that.
Okay, thank goodness. Well, it's not filled in. We at least have the
We have
blue
the
map.
part. Now, I do recall that in the like big tall room to our left with the one dot and the little place and then the other dot.
That had some center stuff at the top, at the
Yeah.
meeting of those two rooms.
So
This was
that one
grapple.
was locked. Yeah, that one's grapple locked, which is preposterous to me because we can just go get it because we have space jump now.
Yeah.
But then yeah, those were locked by I think we didn't have power bombs or something.
And then way at the bottom, I think, is a wave shutter.
Yeah.
I remember we had a lot of
So-
keys we were after. I think we have basically all of them.
Yep. Still missing grapple, of course, but
Yeah.
that's apparently a key to
Yeah, my
the
gut.
secret area.
Yeah, my gut says that that's something I'm going to want to get. Just, you know, feeling that. I guess I didn't even think about the grapple was missing when I said we were just missing ice, but I guess we're missing X-ray, but that's gonna be Mother Brain's drop or whatever. You know how that is. X-ray we hide as
Oh, right. You know, she has the rainbow beam, which sort of looks like an X-ray, and we get a very weak version of it that can only look through things and can't like do the hyper damage.
yeah.
That makes total sense.
Space jump a little awkward. Just because like my jump timing is already weird.
Oh yeah, I had a heck of a time, you know, getting space jump to function because the timing is all different because you're all floaty.
What if I fake it? Okay, I faked it. I basically like short jumped all of that. Good. I like that. I immediately jump in, and then a spiked crusher shows up. Egg.
Egg.
Oh!
It's the X-ray scope.
Wow. Locked behind... Alright. I mean, locked behind grapple is actually, you know...
That's kind of the classic.
There we go. Any immediate payoff in the room I'm in? No demonstration of your technique, please. Okay. I didn't almost get crushed. I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, now we have the curse. Every single room now takes much longer to get through because we have to scan for treasures.
Yeah. Luckily... Come on, whatever.
But, like, we already have a bunch of cool stuff, and we have some good directions to go in already.
Yeah.
So
The obvious one is getting out of this area and getting over to Lonely. But there's still a couple things in this area on the way that... Alright, was there anything... No, I think the right was completely cleaned.
yeah.
Alright, I think...
We took care of that.
I think down in that hole, like, one of those doors down there was, like, a
We should be able to get in, like, all of the places in there.
Yeah. I want to say
I don't think any of them are, like, grapple locked.
Yeah. Alright. Alright. The other side, then. Oh. Yep. One of the side effects of not having the completed map is I'm just going to be doing that a bunch. Or it's like, did we already get that?
So we want to go, like, down in that room?
In this one?
No, in the one that we were just in. Because we want to get to the...
Oh!
By a little hall to the... Yeah.
Yeah, alright. I was thinking like a down door here, but you're right, the crate room was just like 2 or 3 little crates.
Yeah, now we do have stuff to do in that room, because there were speed blocks.
Yep. Alright, so this is the link up, and this is a hole. Okay, so... You're supposed to roll through that hallway, by the way. That's the cool thing to do to get through them.
Alright, so...
Alright.
Yeah, welcome back to Nadirn.
Okay.
It's dark.
So, here is the first of our locks. Nice try. Cool. Uh-huh.
A single power bomb brick.
The secret's revealed. I accept, because I do want more power bomb. Tulsi jumps, yeah. We've got...
They're pretty wild. It's honestly the reason that I wanted Slyo to play this hack.
To experience the true power of float.
And like its coolness is apparent in like the first seconds of picking it up, which is the other reason that I liked it.
Yeah. Pretty sure. Oh no. There was a... I think this wall was power bomb. No? I'm thinking of another room that had a power bomb on the back wall. Huh? This is everything. This is the game right there. Like, you see the statue? Could I have had power bombs this early? Oh my goodness. That's just out in the open.
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
Yeah, that could have been my first power bomb, easy. Like this room isn't power bomb locked. Pretty sure. This is just tunnel. Yeah.
Hmm.
Alright.
Yeah, that had like a missile in the center of the
Yeah.
statue. Like
Okay. I actually do like the idea of having multiple locations for you to get your like initial uh, ammo, your weaponry uh, upgrades. Like mostly so you don't end up in situations with exactly this hack with super missiles or something like that.
right.
But also because that could make for like completely different experience, and it's like, oh well, I did it this way, and it's like, oh well, that's interesting. I didn't even know that existed. Maybe it makes for
It's a neat little moment, and it will give you a different perspective on things when you come back and maybe try again. And
yeah.
that's like the greatest compliment that you can pay a ROM hack, I think, is to play it more than once.
Okay. There's a. Well, I think it was Escape 2, but I'm not sure. That was the ROM hack that had a ammo system. Maybe it wasn't. There was a ROM hack we played. It was like it was one of the like more larger ones where like all of your this is the like so your missile. It was like anytime you grabbed a missile upgrade, a super missile upgrade, or a power bomb, it was like 1, 5, 10, and they cost that much energy out of your ammo pool to use. So like it meant that finding a missile upgrade was useful because like they were portions of a super missile or
Right, so that's just adding to your shared power pool.
yes.
That's neat.
Yeah, I don't. I remember it being one of the hacks I liked. I just don't remember which of them.
Well, let me look at my short list of good hacks. Okay. I have Escape 2 in here twice.
Okay.
That's nice.
Hyper Metroid?
I do have Hyper Metroid in the good folder.
That would follow because Hyper Metroid was one of those more of a tools. Oh goodness. Ah yeah,
Yep.
crushing.
We're going. So you remember this door that was always open?
Uh-huh.
This is why.
Hyper Metroid sounds right, just because I know the thing that Hyper Metroid was built on was that it was like like not just a full, one of the full conversion hacks that you're talking about, but even like it almost felt like a level beyond that. That was one that like almost like had so many differences. It was okay. Sorry, I was confused about my shutter there.
All right. So, are you ready to speedball?
Hey, you're a reserve. Okay. Oh God. Okay. I think you have to jump to do a speedball.
Yes. So I had to like refresh myself on performing speedball. You have to jump while still holding the jump button. Press down in the air to get a crouch, and you should still have the speed lines with the crouch. That's the first part. Then when you approach ground, you have to do like a Hadoken motion to like finish the crouch into ball as you land, so you get a soft landing. And the part that I was missing for the longest time was having to hold the jump button through the whole thing.
That's very awkward because of the height of your jump.
Yes. See, okay, so you got the setup. And now you can see that it's almost the entire length of the run that you need.
Okay.
That was it.
That was it.
You did a speedball. Blammo!
Okay. Thank you.
I'm afraid you're not done, though. This one's a lot easier. Because this one you just have to, like, store a Shine Spark.
Yeah, okay. This is indeed a ROM hack.
Yes, this ROM hack is called Airy. But you can't do a straight up one. You have to do a diagonal one.
I love this.
Actually...
This is beautiful.
Yeah, this room is kind of evil. But hey, I just showed you guys how to do a speedball, and Slyo performed it very well.
Ahem. Oh, and then there's a crumble.
And
there's a crumble. Well, we need a way out. Like you have to have a way out.
Yeah.
And the way also okay, that's actually a kind crumble. You need a way out, and the way out can't be a way in, right? And that's what we call a crumble block.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. That was a like I.
Does that feel great?
Cool. Oh, and look at the like new auto bit up there. That's like a
Yeah, they changed the graphics on that slightly, which is, you know, a weird choice, but whatever.
All right. If I remember right, like this is just a way out.
Yeah, that'll stop you from going out because there's the like platform man.
Yeah, at the top. You're right. I remember. I'm like, oh, you can go up this whole thing, and then my mind reminded me, and then at the top, it's like, oh. Yeah.
No, I mean the funny part is that you can ride him all the way down, and he doesn't go back and forth. He just sort of stays in place. And if you jump off of him, he shoots back up so fast, it looks hilarious.
All right, we're gonna.
It's just like my home planet needs me.
We're gonna have to. All right, I gotta. I'm just like the part that makes that ruin that joke, you know, like the like haha on that like speedball funny to me and like work. Is that the difficult portion was the first one. Like...
Yeah, I think the other reason it works is that you get fooled immediately and once, and it's no big deal.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
Like...
Yep.
If you go through, like, a 3-room, like... Let's think of, I know that everyone hates it when I mention this, but... let's go through Metroid Redesign for a tick.
Speed is the...
Yeah, they reinvented Meridia Main Street. Just,
oh my God.
You know,
is
here instead of...
I see.
Yeah. Which I'm...
Oh my God. Falls like a rock, too. Okay, and then is this the whole... Alright, well...
And there's a little, like, prep hole for it. So that's not actually that bad to get. Like, it should be available just right here, right?
Yeah. And that's also travels through the whole room. Yeah.
Right. So thinking back on a different ROM hack, an infamous one called Metroid Redesign that I own a physical copy of because I'm a masochist. It had this gauntlet that you had to do with like Shine Spark Zoops. So in Redesign, the hacker put in a mechanic from the Game Boy Advance games where if you Shine Spark into a slope, it will take you out of the Shine Spark state and put you back in a full running state, which you can then store the charge again and go in different places. And what this meant was the designers of the original game, like Fusion and not Z-Fact,
Zero Mission.
Zero Mission, both did this. Go back a couple steps and use the X-ray. By the way,
Yeah, I'm looking for. There's an item here.
this one I think we already got. Like it was just sort of along the way.
Yeah. All right.
But no, seriously, gotta go back a couple of steps.
Oh, I was trying to get up here to try to X-ray this little. Basically, I was trying to find my entry point on this. Somewhere down here, you say?
Right, it's like in the second or third well around, and yeah. Yeah, there's a bit of... It's impossible to see, but there's one of those, like, cracked wall textures there. It's just you can't see it because everything's so goddamn dark in this place.
Right.
Yeah, this is how you get into the middle.
Alright, we found our way in.
And in case that wasn't dark enough for you...
Okay, you know, I had my complaints.
We've gone a little beyond.
This is advanced dark.
Yes, we have gone to dark 2. Yeah, I probably want to do that.
Yep, and then... Okay, and then...
Okay. Yeah, you correctly intuited what you needed to do.
You know what, let's... And this one is actually... There's a different corner. Ah, I can see the room. My auto is flashing. Or like when I enter and leave a room.
Yeah, so talking about X-ray scope for a second and like why it's not in any of the other games. Basically it was only in Super Metroid to show off the like power of the Super Nintendo and its ability to make effects like that happen.
Because, yeah, like the way that the X-ray scope works is... Alright, I'm gonna try to see if I can find it. Oh, it's just right here. Ah, there's a crack. Is that there's like 2 layers to each block. So like there's the visible layer and then the like what it is layer. And here, like for the, you know, so it's like visible layer is a cracked steel wall, and then there's the like brick that it is.
Right. And the reason it didn't come back for other games is that in Fusion and onward, basically, all of your scanning happened with power bombs. Like that became the thing that revealed all the secrets.
Yeah. There are a couple more layers than that. That's simplifying it because there's also like a...
You know, there's like background parallax and that kind of stuff.
Well, there's also like the layer that gets used for lighting effects that breaks certain X-ray scope bits.
Yeah.
The reason I I know a little more about the X-ray scope is that I specifically like had to figure out how the dang thing worked for making a ROM hack, which I don't know where that ROM hack is anymore. It must exist, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Wasn't there something in like the center of this room? Hold on.
Yeah, what's this?
Go to like the little mound in the center of the room and investigate. Yeah.
There's a hole.
Oh, you probably already got it then.
It was a double super locked. Yeah. I remember that. the layer that made Chrono Trigger unbeatable for people on old emulators. Oh, here's the speed worm room. These worms are moving at like 3 times normal speed.
Yeah, they're normally quite slow. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying about a series, like a gauntlet of zooping, like you had to like run on a slope and then do a shine spark and then correctly target the next slope and keep going. And this was across like multiple rooms. And if you ever failed one, you couldn't get to the end. So you had to go all the way back and start over.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things that like made people insist to me that the thing was designed for emulators and save states, but I refused to use them. And I ended up completing that challenge anyway, but it was righteously difficult, and I think that one wasn't even optional. I think
that was progress through a lava room. I remember. I think that was how you got screw or something. It was some pretty high up, like I remember the lava. I can picture the lava area in my mind. If this is the suit that, you know.
Yeah, there are plenty of ROM hacks that are designed with save states in mind. Any given like Kaizo hack,
yeah, the
kind of understands.
I think the main reason I would like the main type of ROM hack that would use those would be like we've kind of talked about, like the challenge style ones that are like, here's a series of challenging rooms. And each of them is one by one a thing, and like that's more of a. I would expect that to be a save state one because it's like, oh, like, or I think you had mentioned like just like a practice sort of thing. Like here's a ROM hack.
Right. Even like a ROM hack that's made to train you in specific techniques.
Yeah. All right. I think this head's still lonely. Yep. Okay. Older ROM hacks, much older ROM hacks, in this game had to be designed for save states because, from memory, it took a while for like a full understanding of save stations and recreating them.
That doesn't surprise me.
And
yeah, like emulation in like 1998 was kind of a wild west. I remember the days of Nesticle.
Yep, Nesticle.
Definitely a real thing.
I used was it ZSNES? No, not ZSNES. SNES 9X.
SNES 9X.
SNES 9X. That was the one I remember using. Okay, let's see how intact we are. Surprisingly.
Well, decently intact.
We checked that. I remember checking the double save.
Yeah, we double save just sort of leads to the bubble area.
Yeah.
Like that whole area is just a lead up to the bubble area, so we're kind of set for that. What we're really after is the elevator down, because that contains the deeper lonely, and that's where all the danger is.
All right.
So yeah, miniature Crocomire cannot be destroyed with speed booster.
Not damaged by its back.
Oh yeah, you can just stand on him.
Yeah, damaged. Not damaged at all there. Excellent.
Yeah, it's just the little shots that they have that are damaged.
I remember using ZSNES over SNES 9X because child stuff thought ZSNES was weird and confusing and had to be better. I think that's the entire reason for RetroArch existing, right? Is that why that exists these days? People still use that?
I don't know what RetroArch is, so I cannot speak to that.
It's a It's an emulator for, I think it's like a BizHawk style emulator with like the world's worst interface. Like, if you liked,
Ugh.
because it's like the PS3 like interface, but with none of the options you would ever want. Like, you can't map controls in game. I remember that.
Huh. Well,
Yeah.
I'm pleased that I have been safeguarded from
Okay.
the horrible knowledge of this thing.
Yeah, okay. It's a BizHawk, basically.
Okay.
You.
You see how obnoxious this is? It's like, just as you build up speed, bonk, there's an enemy. Just as you build up speed, there's a block. It just stops you. I guess this one came with a reward, but still.
I'll accept like falling into the pit, the pothole and like coming out with 5 missile. Ahem. Good.
For me, it felt like I was just constantly tripping over things, and I kind of resented the game for that.
Hold on.
Yeah, down is progress here.
Yep. Just looking at,
To the right is going to lead.
That's a dead end.
I mean, it continues on into the eastern area, but that, again, is ultimately going to just lead to the bubbles again, and contains, like, perhaps one thing that we haven't collected, but it's in another speed booster trick, so...
Fine by me. Yeah, I think I remember that one as well. We've met one other reserve. It's funny to me when I leave a room, the auto turns off and blinks on. It's like we have a car light on. Like Samus has like a check engine. Like, oh, god damn it! And it's not doing anything. It's just saying, hey, oh, this is not a room I wanted to enter, but whatever.
Yeah, this one is a little obnoxious because it's just an alternative path to the, like, upper area. And as far as I can tell, there's nothing in here.
Check engine light is the best way to... Yeah, it's just... There's a light. It's on. It says... Whoa, did I just moondrop?
You just fast-falled.
Yeah, I'll take it.
It can't be a moondrop unless you have moonwalking enabled, of course.
Oh,
but...
true. But that was an unintended fast fall, so I'll take that. Good day for tricks. Ah. Okay, so heading on over towards lower Lonely. And we still have 2 bosses.
Yep.
That's our Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, again, stuff we've kind of collected. I would frankly love it if there were like a ROM hack of something like Super Metroid where there was like your interface looked more like a car and there were a bunch of like extra things that didn't actually have gameplay effects but kept like blinking on.
There's an RPM gauge. It's just kind of like you're like Super Metroid but with a speedometer.
Yeah.
Like, and there's also that gauge, your RPM gauge that shows you how fast you're going or how fast things are firing. Oil temp.
We should still be able to steel bending beam tackle those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, you get RPMs on
Your spin.
on your spin jumps.
Yeah, it goes up when you're doing this.
Yeah.
After 50,000 shots, a light turns on. I'm liking this. This is...
It's so good. I mean, it reminds me of, like, one of my favorite little moments from Metroid Prime 2, which is you get to... there are these, like, evil robots that upload a virus into your suit, and you have to restart it.
Yeah.
Like, did the screw not work on them? Oh. Oh, okay.
I want to do something with my missiles. Alright. Wait, I didn't go this way before.
No, you did not.
Hmm.
Because you didn't have wave. This was wave locked.
I couldn't go the right. Bowling? You're just gonna... No, I mean, I get it. You just want to hold
So
it.
in the base game, the event flag for this thing is set by possessing space jump. This is definitely unlocked, you know, something.
Yeah.
Hmm. Nice to see you.
Again, the best part of Spring Ball is immunity to these. Anyway, are you ready to obliterate a boss?
Yeah, this room should look familiar.
You're dead as hell, my friend. It's making like this ice noise.
Yeah, that noise does exist in the base game. It only comes out with the power bomb shot combo for ice, where you have like 4 ice orbs surrounding you.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I think there's also something in like the top of this room, like where he came from, but that might just be information.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a nice find.
I'll take more of those. We only have so many. Yeah, in base, there's a... Up here, there's an item in,
Yeah. Maybe it.
Might have been that
That's probably
super.
what I'm thinking of.
Waiting for the second gargoyle to show up. Oh my... Okay, so...
Oh man, could you imagine if, like, the first time you were doing that fight and you found the supers in the wall and were like, oh, more ammo! Oh my god!
And then you just...
And then, like, that was enough? Oh, what a cool moment that would be.
Would that have been my... No, that wouldn't have been my first super.
No.
It could have been my first super. Holy shit. That's actually a progression. Right?
Yeah, because we could definitely get down here, right? I
Yeah.
don't think that anything leading up to this was super locked. But it also means that your first super comes along with a dire fight.
Yeah. Because you have... If you go the other way, I think you have no beams. Yeah. But the thing I was just thinking of, earlier today, Smite's been streaming Dark Souls, and the thing that they've been doing is enemy doubler.
I did see a couple minutes of that.
This also doubles bosses. So like the big thing of like today's was like walking into Ornstein and Smo. Which...
Yeah, like as horrible as that fight is to begin with ordinarily, and then I was like, what if there's more of them?
Right. But it also means that the gargoyles thing functions. Where you walk in and there's 2 gargoyles and then a couple more show up and then just how many gargoyles do you want to fight?
Know, that sounds like a fun time. Smite's also doing like an item randomizer along with it, which I don't think I would want to do at the same time, but
yeah.
I have done a lot of Dark Souls in my time.
I remember the rock. Yeah, I had supers when I got here, but, like, that's because I went to the other area, then I went to... Okay, you actually do damage if I stand there long enough. I went to the other area first.
I went to Nadirn first, and Nadirn has a couple, like... It hard locks you for needing supers at some point, and offers you 1.
Alright, here's... Speaking of...
Why is Samus glowing? That indicates that this is a cold room. We would be constantly taking damage if we did not have Varia or Gravity. Hey, yeah. Bloody.
I'm actually... That's one of those things that I hadn't thought about, but is a really cool visual, you know, to know, oh, this is actually functioning. Yeah. It's gamer time.
Do you have anything else to say, buddy? That's gamer. Do you want to play? Because you're not getting more food today. I don't want you to become a big chungus. Well, you're never going to become a big chungus, but you could be a little chungus. Okay. What's next, gamer? Okay. Then he just walked back to his hole, and now he's in his hole.
Alright, here we go.
Very well.
Not yet. But I just killed an eyeball door while Gamer was.
Good.
So we have a threat has been made on Mario.
Who could it be? Do you have any guesses?
All right. Well, let's just go fight Ridley, huh? Let's go fight a color shifted Ridley. Cold Ridley. Hole.
Okay. And then you fall in a hole, and you're out of the Ridley fight.
Holy shit.
So,
ooh,
and there's a little, like, refresh.
Ooh. Holy shit.
So you can't get placed in a hole, or else you have to restart the fight. You can also use this to escape the fight if it's going poorly.
That's smarts. Actually, I think this beam is just...
So I had a lot of trouble with riddles here, and if we get brick-walled tonight, this is the reason. This Ridley fight is nasty. The fact that you float so much means Ridley and Ridley's tail have extra opportunities to attack you while you're in the air. And at some point, Ridley starts doing, like, a lot more damage. And I don't really know why. That part definitely whooped my ass.
Alright, well...
Then again, I had, like, 4 fewer E-tanks, so that might be important, too. I had the same 35 supers that you have, though, and those are the most important thing for Ridley, of course.
Yep, always. I'm waiting until Ridley gets into some sort of position where I can, like, I like to spam the supers when Ridley's doing a bounce like this. That's my preferred time to just throw them out.
Alright, so we've hit a color change, which is good. Well, I mean, it's also kind of bad because Ridley gets more aggressive.
Here we go. This is the move I want. Okay.
All right, good work.
And I have 4 extra E-tanks.
Your 4 tanks remaining.
With 4 E-tanks remaining, huh?
So you can see why I might have had trouble with that.
Yes. And of course, as is tradition, this is a super cool change. I like this a lot. Like, not only is the
pretty slick when I first came across it, I'm like, oh.
Like, not only is the super jump actually very meaningfully different in this fight, but this is so much more of a, like, so the hole here means that you're not going to lose the fight because you could just walk out, you know, and I'm not getting drops because I'm at full energy.
So we need to get our supers back.
Yeah.
Although, what do we really need them for anymore?
Doors.
Right.
But yeah, that's a cool, like, nice usage of, like, you know, your new mechanic, like, your hack has, as well as something that, like, meaningfully changes the fight and makes it a little different. So, because in the fight, if you wanted, one of the easier ways to get those supers landed is, like, when Ridley's doing a tail bounce, like, you know, bop, 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 bop. You can fall into the lava here, aim straight up, and just unload. You'll take lava
and so suddenly
damage,
that technique is unavailable, which is pretty cool. I did think it was, like, even if I did struggle quite a bit to squeeze out a win with as much health as I had.
Alright. Oh.
Hello.
Hello? Uh-huh.
Just,
showing off.
Yeah, they're showing us that they also have ups.
Uh-huh. They're cheering for us to succeed. They're 100% cheering for our success. All right.
Like, yeah, good work beating up our awful loud roommate.
Yeah. They're all constantly flying and banging their tail into the wall.
Yeah, that's when they aren't screaming or when they're not playing their, like, loud, aggressive boss music.
Oh.
Yep, a one-way missile shutter. So, as far as I know, there is no technique that you could use to get it at that from the other direction. You know, locked in by 2 one-way doors. You know, okay. Is that enough?
Okay.
And then crumbles. Like, my dude. How many one-way shutters do you really need?
It's a sort of recreation of the, you know, the one-way exit from Ridley. Anyway, that's lonely.
Yep. So we only have one more boss before we can do Turian.
We have to locate them.
Indeed. Thankfully, there's stuff in the, like, hub area that we haven't done yet.
Yeah, that's, I think, what I want to go to next, because there's nothing here. Alright, the long walk begins. Yeah, just lock it 4 times. Like, we really, really, really don't want people to come in this door. Alright.
honestly, depending on what your aims are with your hack, I would be inclined to permit chicanery on the part of the player.
Yeah.
Like if they really know their advanced techniques and can get like the wrong way through crumble blocks by standing on a frozen enemy in a convenient location or whatever.
Or they know how to do the backwards wave doors with the supers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, there are plenty of ROM hacks that require that kind of nonsense. So,
That's something.
or hot runs, or like just wall jumping in general. And like, okay, kind of depends, right?
I am trying to think. Like, I know I've played a lot of these ROM hacks. Has there been like? There doesn't immediately come to mind a ROM hack that had like a forced hot run that I thought like, ah, this is good. Like
There was one that I liked that had a forced hot run.
Was that the one I played that I didn't have?
You didn't have a forced hot run because in we were both playing the same hack. I want to make that clear.
Yeah.
But my approach to it, I did not want to get to any place that I could only get with wall jumps. Because I was like, well, I don't think wall jumps should be required. Let's see how far I get without them. And I had a dire hot run to do. But if you do a couple wall jumps, there's like various suit available like right there.
Yeah, you have to go up a very tall, like, I think that was Z Factor?
Yeah, I think it was Z Factor. So in like my version, so to speak, I was playing a ROM hack that had no forced wall jumps but had a hot run, and Slyo was playing a hack that had no hot run but forced wall jumps.
Yeah, you know, you had to know how to do some wall jumping. It was pretty silly. Again, that's something I'm a fan of when there are multiple routes. I mean, I'm generally impressed when that sort of... Ah, right, I have a beam, a little hole. Ice beam is also a good way to stop my own progress.
Yeah, so that's honestly the only hack that had a hot run that I liked. Redesign has a forced hot run that is just egregious and extremely tight.
I guess Metroid Prime 2 has multiple of them, but that's like that's a feature of the game. That's not really.
Yeah, I mean, it also had like refreshment areas that you could just sort of stand in and passively gain health.
Right. All right, so we gotta go up 1, 2 here.
And like in the abstract, I do like video game mechanics that compel action.
Yeah.
Frequently, I'll refer to these as like either compulsion mechanics or, you know, just like the timer in your Mario platformer or whatever. Like, if you're actually here for 300 seconds, then you're gonna lose.
Yeah. That's that's the most basic type of that. Okay.
Right. So the basic idea of those is to compel player action, and there's also like a pause button if you really need to like set the game down, right?
Yeah. And like, you know, having a hot run is a much more direct version of that. My issue with hot runs is an issue of trust with like, if you have a hot run that's, you know, some sort of like Metroid Prime 2 where it's like, you know, there's these, you know, it's like, okay, you have to be careful in these areas, you can only be in here for so long, but you can just like, you know, if you need to get to you know, full health or whatnot, you can do that in these little safe zones or whatnot. But like some ROM hacks, it's like, all right, here's the hot run, and We tested it, and you need 3 E-tanks. Go.
Yeah, that's definitely what redesign did for theirs. Like you were strictly limited in how many E-tanks you could get before the hot run, because it was designed around that particular amount of health, and you doing all of the right actions in the right order, solving a maze, taking breaks at specific spots where there were places to refresh, and moving forward. Your immediate reward was like the 4th E-tank. But yeah, something like this though, I freely wall jumped, because like you go so high anyway that it
That's
barely
clearly
matters.
not going to be the key for this.
Yeah, and it made navigating corridors like this one a little easier, because the space jump timing is slightly different,
Yeah.
but the wall jump timing is pretty much the same.
Yeah. If you see me doing that in rooms where I'm specifically using the space jump, it's basically me attempting to learn the timing. like so because I figure there's going to be a room where I'm going to want to know that. So it's
Okay, so I think most of the blue is fictitious, but the one that's a little pipe off to the side is not, because we needed like power bombs or something.
this is also
Yeah, this is just a shortcut, so by going this way, you don't have to go through a loop to the left.
yeah.
You see that whole big
Yep.
loop, the save point in it and everything.
Okay. So we can remove the fiction. Okay. And then
Redesign did have home. I'm still there in some sense.
moving right along.
It was a very mean-spirited hack. I really don't know why I gelled with it so much. I mean, I kind of understand why.
It's a grabbed item. Okay.
That's where we got Spazer.
So let's head on up to our friends and up to our ship.
I mean, really, if she can jump this high, why does she even need a ship anymore? It's called space jump. Just jump into space.
Speed?
Yeah, maybe the ship is better suited for long voyages.
Yeah. Well, it's like you could try to fire a speed booster shot to get from like, planet A to planet B, but that calculation's got to be pretty dead on for me to, if you just go like, all right, time to leave. I'm just gonna go blast off into space here.
It's like, wait, what time is it? Where am I on the planet?
Yeah. And you just fire and, alright, whoops. Alright. So. Through here.
Okay, so what Oknaiwe is talking about, the grapple nonsense that put me in wizard jail, in that part of redesign that I ended up calling home because I spent so long there, it was basically a huge grapple beam challenge, and failure was a pit, basically, because there was acid and you couldn't get back out of it.
Yep.
Which, again, is extremely mean-spirited and something that Super Metroid, by and large, does not contain. There are no bottomless pits, right? But they kind of invented one for their little hack.
It was speed, okay.
Ah, okay. Well, good. Speed we can probably do. So, part of the grapple beam challenge was grappling onto moving targets. And there are these, like, beetles that have jets that you can grapple in the base game. And those were the final challenge. You had to do, like, blind jumps, not knowing where the target was, and react and grab the guy. But in redesign, the guys kept moving as you were grappling them, adding to the challenge. In base Super Metroid, those guys lock in place once you have them grappled. This also meant that there was some kind of shady nonsense with Samus's position while flailing around on a moving target, which meant I could pass through walls, and I got myself stuck.
Yep.
And that's why we call it a wizard jail. I had to do some criminal mischief to earn my place in a soft-locked hell.
Alright, so we got a door.
Hello.
You're just
It's
here?
just the boss.
Huh, not even an eyeball.
Yeah. Ever done Fantoon with plasma?
Oh my god. Alright. Goodbye. Like, yeah, look at this tiny room. Come on.
Immediate color change.
Mid-slow?
Yeah, with all the stuff we have and Fantoon unchanged, this fight is a bit of a joke. It's even incorrect because the ceiling is so low that some of the flames don't drop.
That's funny. The hole.
Yep. You can also hide in a corner from a ghost if he's too scary.
Yeah. Understandable.
He'll still hit you though. That's not gonna help.
Don't mind me.
And just like in Ghostbusters, you have to like capture him with the beam, the like trap thing.
Alright, time to head to Turian.
Yep.
We got that given to us a while back. So, sure.
Yeah, also we're permitted to leave, which is nice.
Huh. Alright. Turian is that. Alright, so this is actually really nice to have as our final boss. Or, you know, the fourth of those four. Not the final boss, obviously, but because we're like right here. Yeah.
Yeah. I do miss the wrecked ship a little bit.
Yeah, only having 4 areas is almost, or I guess 5 with Turian is, you know, kind of strange. Just like, you know, base area, 4 off of it, and then Turian is, you know, kind of what I think of. But no, we only have 4 and then Turian here. So, alright. The ship.
So I actually kind of forget how to get to Toria.
We
I remember it was pretty early on that we like found it and we're like, oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Luckily, it's a visible elevator on the map because we found the statue.
Oh right. Okay.
It is over by that loop with the save point. Wait, no, that's, shit. No, it's, that dot down there, right? Yeah.
Ooh, okay, the dot that has like no bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
If I had just gone down from, okay. Alright, well, we recharged. After our harrowing fight.
Oh yeah, that's really drained after that.
The dramatic battle against the plasma beam versus a ghost. Outcome completely unknown. Alright, maybe I fall in this hole, maybe I don't.
That's kind of nice.
Crap.
Ooh, that's a thing that a lot of hacks have that isn't in the base game. Is respin. So in base Super Metroid, if you ever like leave a spin, and go into the
Falling.
crouching state,
Yeah.
you can't respin. But a lot of hacks include like the ability to start spinning again after you jump.
I do not have the tools to get through that door guarded by a Metroid because it had a grapple block, of all things.
Indeed. So that, for now, remains a mystery.
Yeah. Alright.
I guess it's nice to have our like triumphant music playing. Like, da, da.
Yep. Alright. So here's Arturian.
We have defeated Kraid. Just took care of Fantoon.
Can I... Ah, shit. One more shot.
Dragon from like the back.
Soul capture! There's a little ghost that comes out.
Ghosts are real.
And
What a concept.
And ghosts of ghosts.
Raid?
We beat up a ghost and its ghosts showed up.
Space is a terrifying place. I never want to go there.
That's why you bring a ship.
Okay, okay.
Okay, well.
Just...
Alright. So. Let's hit the save point and then we'll check where we are. We got a map. That's nice.
Yep, that's traditional of classic Turian.
Mm.
You're like, don't even bother having a map room. We're in Decays.
Alright. Small. Sort of box.
Yeah, this is kind of trapped in there. And we have some murderous mock droids that we're gonna have to figure out how to kill. Yeah, buddy? Yes, I know, a noise happened in the world. Right, well, you did it. You figured out how to defeat the mock droids.
Oh, health drops.
Yeah, Rinkas don't normally do that.
Yeah, that's...
But... Aha!
The fourth eyeball.
So we're going to fight a boss, but it might not be who you expect.
Turtle! Alright. Are y'all ready for the boss? I'm ready. I'm prepared.
Okay.
Because if you go through your mental list of what bosses have and have not been fought yet, perhaps there's one yet remaining. That's right, it's Scarmiglione. Bum,
Spectacle's not a
bum,
boss,
bum,
but
bum, 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 bum.
we already fought Spore Spawn. It's shoot, I forget the name of this one.
Butwoon.
Botwoon, right. I'm afraid that the threatening music still doesn't do it for me. I just can't get that afraid of Botwoon.
I can't be afraid, but I do enjoy the attempt here. You know, like, we are, like, bum, 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 bum. It's Botwoon. Look how fast Botwoon is moving.
Maybe if they, like, scaled up Botwoon so that it were, like, huge, that would kind of do it, right? It's like, oh shit, he's huge now.
Okay.
Right, but defeating bosses sets event flags.
Like doors.
So, yeah, we should be able to get through some more doors.
If you want all of the bosses at the same time or something like that, we haven't had that, but we've had the gauntlet before.
Yeah, Escape 2 had an optional gauntlet. It was pretty punishing, too.
Yeah. Like, literally, like, all four major bosses, no healing between, which, even at, like, this capability is not, easy.
Yeah, I mean, they were also souped-up versions, so...
Yeah, Planet Spore Spawn, I think, did that as well.
That was also Escape 2.
Yeah.
Escape 2 had a lot to it, like...
Alright.
Your reward!
Oh my god.
It's grappling beam.
Well, we found the Metroid section, so now we need to find the true...
Yeah, I mean, Mother Brain was here, but...
That's beautiful. I love that. That's just a good little visual for walking in on the Mother Brain fight. Like, nah.
Right? It's kind of like canonical, right? We already killed her in the first game.
Yeah.
So here's just what remains.
It even fits nicely in that little corner there. That little... Huh.
Yeah, like you can kind of see the box.
Okay. So, the reason that grapple block had a Metroid by it was to make you remember the damn thing, then. Okay. Y'all! Fine.
Power bombs to get power bombs.
Yeah. I'll take a couple more. I think I'm at a good number now.
I'm pretty sure the dead Mother Brain thing is just there to kind of creep you out.
Yeah.
Or even make you sad. Like, I felt a little sad.
It's like, oh.
I'm like, oh, dang, I guess, yeah, we technically did kill her a long time ago.
Yeah. Alright, so...
So we have to get back to Area, which is available either from Lonely or Nadirn.
I think Nadirn will be fine. Because it should be Nadirn into the top area. Into... Yeah, okay. This doesn't go anywhere. Up and around, okay.
We cannot go up. That's going to be blocked by the Decora, who will not notice us.
So right down and around. Okay.
Yeah, we have to do the big loop, I'm afraid.
All right.
But yeah, there's a special kind of block that is only breakable by monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, this is used in the base game where Shack Tool destroys a bunch of sand for you. The snails can also do it. And in various other ROM hacks, this is used to great effect. There's like friend gamers who dig tunnels for you.
Yep.
I really love that shit.
In this one, I think my favorite that this one's done like that is, like, you have to free a rock to open up a hole. I think that's in Nadirn, like where you, or no, that's in Lonely. It's in Lower Lone, or like there's a rock that you break out of prison and it falls over and breaks the door. So, alright, anyway. Through here. Freaking Botwoon. Botwoon is like the mini-boss that's just... I mean, not as forgotten as Spore Spawn, but we know Spore Spawn because they're so forgotten, right? Like, Botwoon is like the footnote that you still have to fight, but...
Yeah, Botwoon is not winning any beauty pageants. I think because it's so obnoxious. It's like... It starts getting very, very fast.
Yeah.
And I think the kind of liminal space for that sort of enemy became Ceres in Metroid Fusion. 'Cause that was a big snake that went fast. You got speed booster from it.
I love Ceres. Oh, God.
It was an intimidating fight.
Yeah. So Fusion, one of Fusion's biggest strengths was actually it's like foreshadowing that it would do in a number of areas, like what you were going to fight, what you were going to encounter, and that build up. Because with Ceres, you're going through area 4, I think. You're going through.
Yeah. It was either 2 or 4 or something, but like when you first get there, there's like this like shadow in the background of a snake.
Yeah, there's this thing moving really fast past you, and it's like, oh, okay. And then you get deep into there, and you find the corpse. You find the bones, which, because the X parasite is a thing that mimics, existing.
Yeah, it like kills the thing and then becomes it.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh geez, the bones. Look at the size of that guy.
Yeah. Nightmare was the same way. Nightmare would be like kind of in the background of that area,
right,
flying around.
Honestly, my favorite part of all of that was the area that you went to that that's containment had yet to be breached. And so when you first get there just aren't any monsters.
It's just
containment is still on, but because of what we had to do and where we had to go, we had to break containment, and then you do, and suddenly the whole area is full of monsters now, and it's like, dang.
This is what you did.
It was also pretty slick because that pacing gives you a preview of where you're going to have to run later, just freer. Like, there are no enemies to get in your way, but you still get the lay of the land.
Yeah.
And then later, when you have to do it under the stress of having monsters everywhere, you do have some preparation for it. So I think that it's just an incredibly slick moment.
Yeah. The game also has, the encounters with the SAX where, again, it's not, I wouldn't say foreshadowing in a way, but in this thing of like, here's this unstoppable force that you need to sidestep. I think down to the
Yeah, they
bottom.
do a pretty good job of convincing you to run away.
Yeah. And like, the game is you very slowly building up to get that encounter to not be your death. That's the main thing. That's it.
Oh, did Fusion get a remake at some point? I missed the ball on that.
I guess what are you referring to there with Are you referring to like not AM2R or some other? I literally don't know. Oh,
Other M. Oh, ugh.
I do not. I did not think of Other M as
Yeah, there is not
Fusion. I
a
guess
line in my mind that logically points from Metroid Fusion to Other M.
There's not a lot of lines in my mind that try to point towards that one.
Yeah.
I guess. But no,
okay, no, because Other M was all about Samus's relationship to Adam, and that kind of comes up in Fusion.
yeah,
Just in an extremely creepy way.
right.
There are some charming parts of Other M. I liked that like Ridley started out as like a cute rabbit thing, and it's like, what the hell is this creature? Why are they trying to convince us that it's menacing? And then it's like, no, that's Ridley. Ridley's back, and it's like, oh shit.
The to point a different direction, one of like, if you've never played AM2R, I can highly recommend that game. And like the having like having Ceres in that as well was such a hella good moment. I liked AM2R a lot. I need to, I guess I've not played the actual Metroid 2 remake. That is perhaps something I should find my way into doing at some point.
I had no interest in the thing. Like, I looked at combat. I watched a speed run to see like, okay, what does this game smell like? And there's this like timed parry mechanic to it that
yes, that's
kind of have to use all over the place. And I don't know. It just didn't feel right in the way that AM2R did. Look at that guy go.
Zoop by. Yeah. I think it was Doc streaming it. I think. I remember watching somebody streaming it, and like it seemed to be very heavily reliant on that, as you said, that like parry mechanic, to the point where like it's like more than I would have expected. Super Metroid RPG, alright. Yep, now we're talking. Like a paper Metroid.
The differences that I'm specifically thinking in are differences of tone. Metroid 2, Super Metroid, AM2R for sure, most Super Metroid ROM hacks all have a pretty scary tone. Like, there are horror beats. You are alone in the world and no one is talking to you and you have to figure it out. There's jump scares. Like, it's for the most part a a mood between somber and horror for most of its life. And then other Metroid games don't really share that tone. Like Prime only gets to dip its toes into the horror tone because it's more like a first person adventure, and so it's easier to like get in the mindset of the person who you are. But it also, you're constantly getting like text hints and dialogue, and it feels like you're very plugged into a wider society at that time. And in Prime 3, you actually do talk to other people, and you just fly
Yeah,
around in a ship,
that's
so
a
it's less isolating of an experience.
yeah. In Prime 1 and 2, even 2, you do have like a couple conversations with a moth. But like they still fit that feeling of like you're not like in Prime 1 I always had the feeling less like I'm plugged into civilization and more I'm an archaeologist going through a dead society, right? Like
Yeah,
and the pirates are just the jerks who beat me here, right? Like they're here.
they were the most fun part. They breathed life into that game.
Yes.
It looked like they were all having such a great time. And then you get to fight like one of the big ones, and it's like, oh man.
Here's the biggie. Yeah.
But yeah. And to be clear, I don't mean to say that one kind of presentation or tone for Metroid is correct and another is incorrect. I just mean that
they're
they
they're
are substantially different in the way playing the game feels and the way it makes you feel while you play it.
yeah. Okay, I think I'm here.
Yeah, this should lead to area.
The correct area. Yeah.
But yeah. But what I do mean to say is that the isolating, horrific tone of Super Metroid definitely worked. And you could probably have success again with that. And it's been proven that you can have success again with that because AM2R did that same shit.
Okay,
Yep.
so
Now we're on the hook for another kind of big run.
oh, it is literally the furthest room for me.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm very sorry, but that's what we got.
Well, this is where this is the moment I would want to have just fly my ship over here or go.
Right?
The
And that's okay. That's something that Metroid Fusion did exceptionally well. They had
oof.
these
Yes.
6 spokes from a central hub, but all of those spokes were also connected in a ring that you got to see in a diagram at the beginning of the game and got to experience once you got screw attack, because there were specific like screw attack destructible blocks that separated all the areas in the ring. And it meant that once you were there at the end of the game doing your like 100% clear backtrack or whatever, that got to go a lot faster because you were already familiar with all the areas, and now you had a bunch of extra shortcuts that made it just go really quick.
I think I'm supposed to go around the other way. Down from here? No, that's right.
Huh. I'm trying to think. We were just here earlier. There must be like a little hole in the wall somewhere.
Yeah. But yeah, the interconnectedness of fusion is like this hole. It's not.
Okay, what if it's actually like up a tiny bit? The power bomb actually isn't going to help for this if we presume that what we're after is like just a hole. I think you might have bomb bounced yourself out of the hole. The one like up a little bit.
Here?
No, in the green stuff. Like right there. Okay, maybe not. Might have to pull out the little X-ray. Because I forgot how we got into the dice room, but we definitely did.
I thought it was from right here.
Huh.
Is that one way?
Oh my god.
Oh god, do
Okay, wait. No. Okay, so there's like a Tetris T. Go to the base of the Tetris T.
Okay. Okay. Back here.
Alright, yes. Good. Now it is time for crab.
Oh, right, it's like right here. Okay. Okay, huh. And now we're in crab room, and now we can... Yeah, now I remember where we're at. But yeah, it's been a couple years since AM2R, so I feel compelled to, like, re-remind that it exists, because it was a lot of fun. It has some, like... it's a... At its core, it's Metroid 2, but it has this feeling of kind of like a larger ROM hack as far as how it compares.
And they kind of invented unique areas and even monsters. Like when you go to that ship, and it's just this complete side optional thing.
Yep. Ah. That was... Really?
Well, we came from the other side with this one.
Okay. Right, I came in the other way. Got it. Yeah. Yeah, there's so many moments in... Up and Up. In AM2R that are like these like neat set pieces that have neat moments. It has some really like kind of like cool remixed music. It has like the movement feels really nice. It has an item randomizer built into it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought of that. That'd be a new a good reason to go play that again.
Yeah, just has an item randomizer like within it. Yeah. Still shares a little bit of the, like, because it's Metroid 2 at its core, like, you fight a few too many Metroids. Yep.
Yeah, the only part that I didn't really like about that was certain Metroids had hotspots that you had to hit. And hitting them felt a little janky because the hotspots themselves were... oh shoot, what's that technique called? I'm thinking of a graphical technique where you do the pixels up for something and then rotate it with interpolation.
Oh.
And so, like, yeah, the interpolated graphics as your hotspot meant it was, like, janky to hit sometimes, and I was not a fan of that, but... You know,
yeah, because like
they're supposed to be hard, I guess.
Because like on the that is my like, you know, if I'm throwing throwing something at it, the Metroids both in number and in battle were not. You know, there's like a weak spot on the back of like the.
Right, and the actual really big ones just sort of. They were these damage sponges, and their AI was not great.
Yeah.
I remember that now. Although, you know, that's also kind of a classic because there was I don't remember if it was the Zetas in particular, but there was one level of Metroid in Metroid 2, like on the Game Boy, where its AI was just it would float next to you at like a fixed distance. And at first this was menacing, but then it became apparent that it actually couldn't get you at all, and you could just feed it missiles, and then as long as you kept moving, it would stay at that fixed distance. If you stopped, then it would kind of like move differently. But
Yeah.
yeah. So perhaps having a bit of janky AI is a callback. Don't call back to this kind of thing. That sucks,
Hello.
actually.
So.
That's right. We got a new area.
We're allowed entry into
Orion.
a little bit of a messed up map. This is true Metroid house. Alright.
Complete with extra enemies who get in the way of your missiles.
Oh.
So, Area 40 had Fantoon in it. This is Area 60.
Ah. Right, it had the XXXX on the side.
Right. Here we have LX. I think it's just supposed to mean like Laboratory X or whatever, because it definitely has like space laboratory feel to it.
Yeah.
And also, like, curiously, we don't have rooms locked by killing Metroids.
Yeah.
It's the classic Turian experience.
Alright, well, let's find out what we do have.
Ooh.
This is good.
This is the map.
Alright, I have 2 squares in this area.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
One of them looks like it could be legitimate. The other one, that we mispainted. All right, so we're looking for a way to get down into the largest room possible. Oh God! All right, this is how it ends,
Yeah.
with the largest possible room.
Wonder what could happen there. Looks so intense. Yeah, trying to
Okay, that's impossible.
Trying to bomb Metroids off of you is tough.
Yeah.
It is strictly speaking possible to do so, but it sucks a lot, so we hate it.
Like, yeah, with how my movement is moving there. Fall into the Metroid hole.
Yeah. Look forward to a lot of tricks to getting you grappled by a Metroid. Because we put in a lot of them. Even that guy right there. Yep.
Boom, boom. I see you.
Like, we have... like, bulkheads that are in the foreground that they can hide behind.
Huh.
We got mandatory morph ball areas. We have extra enemies who soak up your shots. Get in the way.
Leaving.
Okay.
Nope.
The only thing I will say is that they're not the murder troids.
Thank goodness.
Redesign had the murder troids, and I have had it up to here with them.
Anyway, you like, all these enemies? So yeah, this is,
Yeah, they're spawning from the edges. It's a little obnoxious.
take it as a health refill. Everything for 20.
Well,
Alright, we're also full on power
I can
bombs.
certainly think of worse ways to refill your health, so that's not that bad.
You're flying into space there, that's fine. Alright. Let's go in and then, yep, Not only did we know that was coming, we also, like, obviously knew that was coming. Yep. For 2.
This one is a little trickier because, you know, you kind of have to keep it close enough that it will still follow you. But of course, not too close.
Alright. This is very silly. Alright, the next line of them. Oh.
Okay, now we're at the part that sucks. So this took me... I didn't actually figure it out. I had to watch a video of someone else doing this game to figure out what the hell was going on. You should be able to morph in the bottom area and keep going. But if that doesn't work, we're going to do something else. So it wouldn't let you go right?
No.
No. Okay. Leave the room and re-enter. We have to do something real dumb.
What in the world? Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Nope.
So, Metroids respawn. Kill the first 2, but leave the last one alive.
Yep, we're gonna need a friend.
Just kind of run through it.
So let's get up. Alright. So, we need a friend.
Yep.
Friend.
And take it in morph state through the bottom. You're kidding. Okay, I don't know what's broken about this. That should have worked. There we go. Oh, there was probably a block there. We didn't need the Metroid at all. That was a
Holy
fiction.
shit!
Okay, an off-screen block that you have to know is there. This sucks a lot. I was very upset the first time I played this hack and got here, and I actually got stuck on that because I'm like, well, what the fuck do you do here?
Yeah, I don't like that. That doesn't look like anything.
I am at least pleased that my technique for getting through prompted you to do the actual correct thing. This part also sucks.
Aha! Hello.
It's just like, oh yeah, you're back in...
There's a visual for it, though.
Thing.
That one, I don't have a problem with because there was a visual there.
It's not nearly as bad, and you're in a smaller space, and not under any real pressure.
No, fine. I do these anyway. Alright,
well,
and then down we go.
We're done with all the fun parts of this hack, I'm afraid. Now we just have the parts that are terrible.
We got Metroids. We got a lot of Metroids. They're in Metroid Hall. Let's keep moving.
Yeah, they can just live there.
Music's one last. Good. Yes. Yes. One final Airy missile. Love it. That's good. That's the Airy missile. Alright, it's right here. Alright, yeah. Ooh. Alright.
Okay.
The world's biggest room.
Finally broke into big room. As if the Metroids weren't bad enough, we have ghosts haunting us.
Yeah.
And again, the wackiest part of this, to my mind, is that you don't actually have to kill the Metroids. It's just sort of like habit. They're obnoxious.
Right, they're Metroids. I'm getting rid of them because they're in my way. Oh, we're close. I don't like the idea of room transitioning here, but...
Yeah, buddy? You wanted to go from one hole to a different hole. Yeah, that's okay.
Bowling? 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 Please. Oh. Hey, whatever, I'm gonna blow up your ass. Aha! And there it is. Okay, that's actually, like, fine.
It kind of worries me because what do we need the ammunition for at this point?
Oh, no, no, no. I really don't... One, two, and three. Okay. There's like multiple prizes out of this room.
One of those has got to be just like HP recovery, right? Oh man, 2 Ridleys.
The double Ridley.
Ooh, what if we had a tag team Ridley Dragon? I think that would be a dope fight.
Okay, that's the way forward, so let's try...
Oh yeah, some of the Metroids are just like hiding behind terrain.
Yeah, I'm just firing to keep things frozen. Okay, how far up do I need to go with that? Okay, that's actually not too bad. Would have been easier if this terrain in the bottom regenerated, but sure, whatever. Okay, I not hit my ceiling there.
That honestly looks pretty rough.
Oh, hold on. Can I just... In the side? If I just fire it off right here, where does this lead? That's it. Okay. That's the answer.
That's way friendlier.
Yeah.
They're kind of still a bunch of obnoxious monsters all over the place, but they seem to be respawning even. I don't like that.
No. That was completely unnecessary and not my intent. There we go.
Yeah, nice.
Welcome to hell, jerk.
I mean, it's got to be something. Oh. Oh my god. Of course, just jump in the ceiling in the middle of the room. No big deal. Get another super. What? Maybe we don't collect this one. Because the only other block type that I can think of is the kind that enemies destroy. Which would mean, like, carrying a Metroid with us. Do you want to try that, since there still are some?
Sure. Hey, buddy. No, okay.
Well, I mean, 3 of them was...
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's what I mean. I want to mulligan that.
Gotcha.
There should be, like... 2 men. Okay, so... This is our friend. We still gotta, we gotta...
Dang it. I liked that idea so much. Sadly, it was not to be.
Alright.
Because I'll have to look that up at some point. Because there was like a 100% walkthrough with this at some point. And not a walkthrough, just someone like doing it for fun or speed. I frankly don't know what to expect, and I no longer care. Oh yeah, we're gonna need to speed our way out. Yeah, you have to grapple clip both in and out.
Alright.
Terrifying thing.
So, the exit's right here. Let's get down here, and then get ready to fire to
I'm
Metroid.
thoroughly full of being menaced so far. Like, the music is,
Okay.
typically they only use this as the, like, one room lead up to
Prelude.
the actual, like, thing happening. It never carries on for this long. Okay. That's their trash chute or something.
That's another one of those enemies that's
Yeah, it's like a
dummied out. Like that was
dummied out
the reflector.
beam reflector. Yeah, that was the power core. You
Yeah.
destroyed it. Good work.
They made it look like a power core, so...
And although the crisis music is going, there's no timer? There's no puffs of smoke getting us either, so... It's just a casual romp back out to our ship.
Yeah, the crisis here is I think there's acid. That may or may not be...
Well, I don't want to wait to find out. Yeah, you can kind of hear it bubbling up, I think. Oh dear.
Okay.
Redesign Escape did definitely have acid. It also had a guessing game at, like, 15 minutes into a 20-minute run or something.
Yeah.
And guessing incorrectly resulted in death and having to redo the entire end sequence, which was already pretty difficult. I did that a number of times.
This one, it seems like it's just your forward, it's your menace. Like, we haven't seen it at all.
Yeah, it was briefly at the bottom of this room, but...
I'm not...
You know, like, we fly so high that it's like...
Right. Okay. Yep, that's fine. I'm immune. I have a Metroid. I have speed. I'm immune.
Yeah. Do you think we put enough Metroids in it?
What am I? And
yeah, then it just sort of plunks you back at the ship, and yeah. Yeah, unfortunately you can't explore from here because all the doors are locked now, but...
I'd like to report, as is tradition for each of these, Iran Jaeger reports no animals to be saved. It is now time to place your bets. As is also tradition.
Right. So you did collect a lot of stuff. There are 3 reserve tanks that you don't have. We saw a super missile that were like, okay,
and then like,
fine, put me in the mystery chamber, I don't care.
And then who knows how many more missile tanks, right? Like, but yeah.
Yeah, they're probably all over the place.
Interesting. We just sort of rolled right through. No mother brain.
No mother brain. No fight at the end at all.
Yeah, we had the little power core. We broke it and then we left.
Yeah, like in my mind, this hack was really fun, basically up until the end, and then the end really sucks.
Funnily enough, that's sort of the opposite of a number we've played. So interesting to see that.
Right.
Where it's like, and then you know we've had I think I can think of 2 hacks that were like, and then there was Turian, and it's like, ah yes, Turian, you know, like,
yeah.
So
man, maybe I should do Z Factor again.
Yeah. So I feel like it was a little bit like a little too big, but that's like, you can just cross out that free space on your dang, you know, bingo card almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Z Factor Turian, Hyper Metroid Turian, those are both, those are the 2 I was thinking of.
Yeah, I think Hyper Metroid has left my brain enough for me to go back to that one, maybe.
Yeah.
Z Factor hasn't. I've done enough in Z Factor.
I think of that one almost more. That and Escape 2 I think of a lot.
Yeah.
Because, like, those are, like, it's nice to have a kind of a set of ROM hacks that are these big enough ones. That's like, no, they stick around in my head.
What kind of blows me away about all this is that we have these shared memories of all these ROM hacks and all of these moments from all of these different ROM hacks, and we still remember which ones they're from.
That's
like, if you go on the Metroid construction page, there's hundreds of these things.
All right. Here we are, right at the end. We get our final Deer Force. And see who won the bets. Which ROM hack was
Ice Metal
finally
was finally
wrong.
Hellhole wrong.
Yeah. Ice Metal. And place your bet, Nick Thimeron. There you go. You got it in under the buzzer. Collecting items was 77.
77%.
President Arc right on the nose? Yes. I like seeing like 15 of these in the chat, and they're all around this. Like, everyone kind of has this idea of, like, it was right there. So, nice shot. So, that was Airy. I liked that it just was willing to throw a bunch of items out in the open and then have a lot of rolling around exploring times.
Yeah, like it wasn't gonna play coy with like plasma or wave beam, but so help you want to like put a quarter into the vending machine and get a missile pack out of it? Oh no.
I like the game like slowly turned on that one where it was like first it was annoying and then it like by the end it's like, oh, Airy.
Yeah, it became like a cute joke by the end of the thing.
Well, even the
But
final
I absolutely loved the dang speedball unlock.
right. Speedball and then nope, you gotta go up.
Hilarious.
Nope, you gotta go fire in a corner. Nope. And like secretly there's a power bomb right here and there's a super missile right here and it's like that's cool. That's fun. So you're not one that like not one I'd have with my list of the ones I think I had just stated, but one I enjoyed nonetheless. The Turian, meh.
Yeah, and it did have like some minorly obnoxious things kind of all over the place. Too many rooms that had respawning enemies that don't usually respawn. A dark, an area that's gimmick was you can't see here.
I'd like to be able to see
And it's like,
things just as a rule.
Really, that's the whole gimmick? Do you have any better ideas? No, it gets darker in this other place. It's like, okay, fine. Being able to fight Fantoon after you have plasma feels like cheating. Same thing with Botwoon, a little less so.
Yeah.
I think Dragon felt about right.
Dragon was good, especially like it was kind of funny because you went into Dragon's room backwards and then it's like, oh, how do you leave? Jump.
Yeah, because the jump is just high enough that you can leave.
We got menaced twice by the big Metroid. That happened.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of too big. It has to be like vertically large to make use of the high jump as its whole like gimmick thing, right? But that also led to many rooms being just way bigger than was reasonable.
Yeah, and well, like think of the last bit here where it's like we went into Decays, we grapple out of there after fighting Botwoon with freaking Mother Brain music playing, which is the most hilarious.
Nature's most perfectly menacing Botwoon.
Yeah, here's Super Botwoon. It's like it's Botwoon, but you can't. They figured out to not make it weak to plasma, or whatever. And then like we get grapple, we immediately know where we need to go because like we had encountered it recently and it had like a Metroid by a grapple block,
right.
And it's like that's very telling. This is where, like, understandably, it's like this is an important location. Please mentally note it. But to get there was like 20 minutes. like just the walk.
Yeah, that did not feel great.
We had to walk through all of 3 areas fully. And they're big ass areas. So it's like, oh, because we had to go all the way through Planidia because we had to make the full loop. And then we had to go all the way through Nadiran. Then we had to go all the way through Area. Like fully, and it was as far as possible in all 3 of them. And it's just like, oh my god.
It's like, could this have maybe we could have reworked that a little?
Yeah, did that have to be on the farthest
Been
side of the
nice.
universe? So, so yeah.
But yeah,
Alright.
firmly medium, I'm afraid. This one stuck with me just for the, gimmicks and
Yeah. And you know what? That's fine. Honestly, there's a lot of them that fall below that bar. Like we've played dozens upon dozens, and to fit into like the, you know, you get a C, good job. There you go. There's a lot of space
yeah.
below that.
So the
So
only things that I would like take from this and use elsewhere, um the theming around an area being like ice rather than having hot rooms, you have like
yeah.
cold rooms. That's neat.
Yep.
Um the some individual challenges to get like little extras felt appropriate and others felt like wildly inappropriate, but okay, you're gonna
The knowledge to
if you
put,
try so many different things.
the knowledge to put the reserve tanks behind the hardest challenge makes it, it's like, they become like little medals.
Yeah. So that felt basically okay. And then the notion of using a grapple crumble block as a kind of gate
Yes.
for your progress, that was neat. Not very well used here, just because, I mean, for one, given that grapple is so late, like they can't make regular grapple puzzles. That's why like the one that they do have is such a joke.
Yeah, it's you screw attack, or or you space jump over it.
Yeah, you just space jump to ignore that one. You
The
definitely have space jump.
right. Um it's kind of interesting in that, or I guess one of the bits is that like the having Fantoon in the first area did let them actually use wrecked ship and Turian as like two end areas. I guess that's why. But it did mean that Fantoon was just in a hole. Like no prelude, no anything. It's just here's Fantoon.
Yeah,
You found Fantoon. Good job.
gotta gotta put a ghost somewhere.
Yep. Fantoon's in the hole here. There you go.
So that was a pacing issue. Like,
Yeah. Ridley, I really like that idea with the hole. I really
that
like
was super slick, right?
the like you fall out of the room, there's a little recharge in there, and you can use that both as an escape if you're just getting, demolished, or it's a way to prevent you from just having the easier idea of just jumping the lava and fire upwards.
Now, that whole area around Ridley and Ridley's room gave me an idea, you see,
Uh-huh.
because if you fall and there were the two like frog brains or whatever,
Yes,
and if you kill those, you have enough runway to get speed boost. So I attempted to Shine Spark Ridley, which sadly doesn't work, but only because Ridley is in the background, right? And like
mm,
doesn't become
you
fully
can, oh
there
yeah, you don't have
for
time
like
to hold
long
it.
enough that I couldn't hold my shine. So
Yep.
sadly, no no Ridley blue suit today, but it did cross my mind, of course.
Fair. Yeah.
I would love it if at some point there was a ROM hack where you could do like punk nonsense.
And just got him.
No Ridley fight today. It's like zoop. You're just like tackling him out of the universe.
All right.
Nah, that's pretty much everything that I have to say about this hack.
Yeah. So, Airy. All right. That's going to be it for today. Thank you all for joining. Hope you all had fun. Thank you, Kaz, for throwing this one on the pile.
Yep, my pleasure.
Yep. Want to catch more? You can always follow, subscribe, all that. tomorrow, I think tomorrow's gonna be the last of Ravnica Supreme, the final crunch wrap. So, and some Xenoblade after that. So, enjoy. Catch you later. Have a good night.